Tanis Diet like back in 2020. You know, I first put the Tanis Diet video out where I kind of laid out the original, the baseline, the Tanis Diet. So I put out videos back then, and I've put out videos since, kind of covering what I eat, what I do, that kind of stuff. And I have a video from one of my splurge days. It was actually my first sweet and or savory eats videos. It was a Lunchables dirt cake on 22 August 2020, which was a splurge day Saturday. And so I have that video, and then I have a video from a weekday where food and exercise log from December 2022, which was the Tanis Diet with PMS modifications. And I'll link to both of those videos in the video description, as well as my 3 playlists for, it's up to 3 now. As of filming this on Sunday, 22 October 2023, up to 3 playlists for the Tanis Diet definitions, and the Tanis Diet and its variations. And so I'll link to those in the video description. I decided I've done a food and exercise log, which covers the weekday, which is kind of like the hardest, so to speak. It's like, how would I do just the food for a splurge day? And so this is a reading of my food log from Saturday, 22 August 2020, which was a splurge day, and it was the splurge day that produced during which I filmed and uploaded and published my first sweet and or savory eats video. So there we go. And so I'm just going to read it. It's my logs have progressed in terms of, I'm going to read it as it is. And this was, I tracked iron differently back then, so this doesn't actually include iron in the log. So this is calories, fat, and calcium. So yeah, yeah. This is what I ate in a day for a splurge day, a Saturday, 22 August 2020. So at first was bread. So I had 130 calories, 1 gram of fat, no calcium. An ice cream bar for 90 calories and 2 grams of fat, 10% of my daily calcium. An ice cream bar, 90 calories, 2 grams of fat, at 10% of my daily calcium. A Dublin cookie, 70 calories, 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Dublin cookie, 60 calories, 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Oatmeal, 120 calories, 2 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Pork, very descriptive. 90 calories, 2 grams of fat. I was trying though, okay? And then none of my daily calcium. Crystal Light mix times 10. That's a lot. I don't, okay. What is I've got, yeah, okay. 100 calories, 0 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. A Chessman cookie, 40 calories, 2 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Bread, 120 calories and 1 gram of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Cheese times 4, I don't know what that was. 120 calories, might have been the cheese wedges. Laughing cow. 120 calories, 6 grams of fat, and 40% of my daily calcium. Small apple, but it says apple entry, for 60 calories, 0 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Mango for 80 calories and 0 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Dirt cake, 210 calories for 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Bread, 110 calories, 0 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Ice cream, 170 calories, 12 grams of fat, and 5% of my daily calcium. Olives in Crystal Light mix times 2. 80 calories, 5 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Pork, 130 calories, 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Bread, 90 calories, 1 gram of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Garlic, 50 calories, 1 gram of fat, 5% of my daily calcium. Onion, 70 calories, 0 grams of fat, 0% of my daily calcium. Eggs, 50 calories, 1 gram of fat, none of my daily calcium. So that's like egg whites specifically, kind of thing. Okay. But it says eggs in my entry. I've gotten more descriptive since 22 August 2020 in my food logs. Cheese, 110 calories, 9 grams of fat, 15% of my daily calcium. Canadian bacon, 60 calories, 2 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Salmon pate, 50 calories, 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Bread, 80 calories, 1 gram of fat, none of my daily calcium. Bread, 220 calories, 3 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. Smoked salmon, 220 calories, 8 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. Tostadas dinner, 590 calories, 20 grams of fat, and none of my daily calcium. 3-layer ice cream, 310 calories, 21 grams of fat, 9% of my daily calcium. Cheese, 70 calories, 6 grams of fat, 10% of my daily calcium. Crystal Light Mix times 2, 20 calories, 0 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium. And Chessman Cookie times 2, 80 calories, 4 grams of fat, none of my daily calcium, for a grand total of 3,960 calories, 116 grams of fat, and 104% of my daily calcium. I've gotten much, so that was what happened. That's what I did. And I've gotten better about, I've done good in developing this, and since debuting it, my dinner, if I'm having like sit down dinner, tends to be about 600 calories. I don't really budge on that. Like I would say there's like a plus or minus maybe 130 calories on that, so like 470 to what, 730 calories, but it stays, I eat up to 600 kind of. It's a, I like having that much food in the evening, and then I have a snack after that. If I've been budgeting well, and I've gotten better in control of evening snack budget recently, like in the past year or so, and that might even be more like past year. And yeah, so that's what I did one day on a splurge day a while ago. But it's as I've used this diet more, my tracking has become more detailed, more descriptive, including iron is in getting, and so and thinking about that, well, the 2 Dublin cookies together do actually have either a fraction of a percent or a full percent, so I should put that down, but I didn't, or calcium or whatever. So that kind of stuff, like being like looking at my list and being like, these 2 things on their own don't add up to 1% or 2%, but, or like each individually, but if I put them together, it adds up to 2% of daily calcium, so I need to put that somewhere in my log. Right, so it's become much more, I'd almost say layered, in the theme of the 3-layer Haagen-Dazs I ate that day. Ice cream is it's become more layered in a sense of this rough, so to speak, diet food log compared to what I do now. It was a foundational layer for me in my current tracking, which I've done in that December 2022 video, which is linked in the video description. I'll put a link to. But we'll see. I might do a what I ate in a day playlist and do videos for a day. I don't, since this is my second time doing a Tanis Diet food log, I don't know if I'll do what I've eaten, especially since I've put up videos for the products I eat routinely. I might, but I might do something more experimental. We'll see. And I might not do it, but I do have an empty playlist, and I'm thinking about it. So there's a reading of my diet food log on the Tanis Diet for Splurge Day, Saturday, 22 August 2020, over 3 years ago now.